something that's really changed in the last few years on selling on Amazon is the need for a 3PL and the ability to ship what's called FBM, or fulfilled by merchant. So in the past, a lot of people would ship directly into Amazon, and they'd order 1,000 units or 2,000 units or 5,000 units from their factory and ship them straight into Amazon. Well, Amazon's kind of gotten tired of that, and they don't want to be a warehouse. They want to be a fulfillment center. So they've implemented a series of new rules that are putting some pretty heavy restrictions on what you can ship into their warehouses. And so right now the limit is 1,000 units for a new seller. So that's 1,000 units of anything, of all your products, not just one product. It might be one product, but if you got 3 different products or 3 different variations, you're going to be limited to 1,000 of each. Now over time that number does go up. Now what you'll see on Amazon is you'll see that your storage limits might actually be higher than that. So when you log into Seller Central, it may say you're allowed to store 5,000 units, or you're allowed this much cubic feet, but Amazon won't allow you to actually ship in that full amount because they are putting these restrictions on. And so what you really need in today's world to sell on Amazon is you're going to need what's called a 3PL, or third-party logistics company. And what these companies do is oftentimes they will store your items for you. They'll warehouse your items. They'll charge you a pallet fee, say $25 to $50 a month to store your pallets. They can often also serve as fulfillment warehouses, and so they can actually pick and pack your orders. So if you're into shipping individual orders, they can pick and pack those orders and ship them out for you. And this is going to be important for a number of reasons. One is you're going to need to find a 3PL that can receive your goods, that can store them, and then that can periodically ship them into Amazon as you need to resupply. So maybe you're ordering 5,000 units from your factory in China. You're going to ship all 5,000 units to the 3PL. They're going to then relabel some of those units and send them into Amazon, let's say 1,000 of them. And then as needed, they're going to restock. Now you're going to determine that. So you're going to be in control of that unless you give them API access, and they will do it for you. But in most cases, you're going to be actually having to dictate when they actually ship in additional units based on your sales. You have to factor in lead times. How long does it take to actually ship it? Maybe it's going across the country. How long does it have to take to check it in? So there's a number of factors that you have to do. But the problem is it's a very big balancing act between what's in stock at Amazon and what they'll allow you to ship. So if you've got 600 units left in stock at Amazon and your maximum is 1,000, and you know that in the next 2 weeks you're going to sell another 1,000, Amazon's not going to let you send in another 1,000. They're going to let you send in 400. So it's a very delicate dance that you've got to do with what you can send in, and balancing your inventory and balancing your sales, and trying to keep from running out of stock. And this is where a 3PL can come in and really help you. Now there's lots of different 3PLs out there. We don't have a specific one that we recommend. Unicargo, who's doing some of the lessons in this week, is someone you could talk to, but there's plenty of different 3PLs out there. You also might check out Helium 10's partner directory. It's directory.helium10.com, and you might find some recommended 3PLs or e-com fulfillment companies in that directory that you can reach out to, or you can just Google it. Some of these guys are really backed up and not taking new clients. Some of them will eagerly accept you, but you're going to definitely need to get this set up as you start rocking and rolling on Amazon. The FBM side, you're also going to need to have set up where they can actually ship orders for you. But because in some cases, like the example I just gave you, if you're at 600 units left in stock at Amazon, but you know in the next 2 weeks you're going to sell 1,000 more units because you got some ads or just kicking ass, or you got a promotion going on, you know you're rising up the rank in the keyword ranks, you're not going to have everything in stock at Amazon. Everything's not going to be able to ship FBA. So some of it's going to have to be shipped FBM. And the way you do that is you can create a listing on Amazon where you actually have an FBA listing. So that's one that Amazon will fulfill from their warehouses. And there's an option in Seller Central where you do add a condition. And when you say add a condition, one of those options is FBM. And it will take the exact same listing. It will take the exact same everything and just assign it a different SKU, or you can actually specify the SKU. And then it goes onto the same listing on Amazon. You don't have to do anything differently. So then when you run out of stock on Amazon of your FBA, it automatically kicks over to your FBM, so you don't miss a beat. other than people that might not want to have it shipped FBM. There's a few people that really rather have it shipped by Prime. But that way, when you run out of stock in Amazon and you're selling those additional units, the FBM listing kicks in, and then those orders are then sent to your e-com fulfillment warehouse via an API, via the computer, and they actually ship those out for you while you're waiting for your other ones to be checked in. If you don't do that, you're going to have big risk of running out of stock. So that's why it's super important to set this up. If you want to do this yourself, there's software tools like ShipStation is probably the best one. Their basic plan's about $10 a month for low volume, and it goes up from there. You can ship thousands of units a month for like $50 a month or something, but it's a really sophisticated software. It ties into UPS and FedEx and USPS and all the freight companies. If your e-com company is using that, you can log in there and you can see the orders, see what they've shipped, what they haven't shipped, what your inventory status is. It's a really powerful tool that I would highly recommend. There's some other ones that do that as well, but ShipStation is probably one of the best. Or your e-com fulfillment company may have their own tool that they give you access to that you can log into and see how that's going. But this is a very, very important thing. If you're going to have big sales on Amazon and be successful, you're going to have this FBM aspect set up. So that's something you got to keep in mind, an additional cost and additional setup fees that you're going to have to be taking a look at as you get your business up and running. But it's crucial in today's world for selling on Amazon. So again, take a look at the Helium 10 directory for some of the recommended partners, directory.helium10.com. Or if you don't find somebody in there, you can post something in one of the Facebook groups and ask if anybody has any recommendations for someone they have experience with. Or you can do a Google search for like FBM, e-com, fulfillment, Amazon, and you'll find a ton of different companies that you can talk to and see who might be the best fit. When you ship FBM, it does cost you a little bit more than FBA in most cases. So that's a cost that you're going to have to factor in to your pricing. Some people charge a shipping fee on Amazon. You can actually set up Amazon to say, well, if it's FBM, add on $1.99 or $4.99, or it can be weight-based or distance-based. There's some options on Amazon. I typically don't actually charge that additional shipping fee because that deters people from ordering. So if it's not FBA and all of a sudden had to switch to FBM temporarily while my stuff is getting checked in, or additional stock is arriving into the FBA warehouse, I just eat that additional cost. And sometimes that can be significant. But it's worth it to keep your sales going, your momentum going, and not to run out of stock, because that's the worst thing that can happen is run out of stock on Amazon. So these are some things you got to keep in mind in today's climate selling on Amazon. Hopefully this has helped you, and good luck, and we'll talk to you again in the next module.